Met these guys a few years ago when they were just kids. Now they're grown men off to college, and they come back and perform for us. So straight out of Lynwood, my good friends Gio and Josh, the Astronauts. Don't forget to support our cause by buying some raffle tickets. They're $1. We're raffling off items donated by the vendors. And also we have a special $5 raffle for some items signed and donated by our friend John Berthenol, aka The Punisher, aka Shane on The Walking Dead. Those are $5 raffle tickets for a signed DVD or a signed shirt. And we actually have a surprise guest since it is Cinco de Mayo. You know, we do have a tradition. We do have a tradition of lucha libre. We have, you know, we've all heard of El Santo, El Hijo del Santo. This year's the year of the woman. We have La Hija del Santo. So if you guys want to take a picture with her or a body slammer, there's a nice little ring right behind the gallery. You guys feel free to take a picture or wrestle her down. She's walking up any minute now, so just keep an eye out for her. Also, we're gonna have the artists here. We're gonna have a panel of the artists: Steffi Tunes, Bruno Wolf. I don't know if Mike wants to jump in. Some of our vendors, you know, just to kind of tell their background on how what they do and why they do it, and you know, just a little background on them. We gotta give them their moment. Es el año de la mujer. Que viva la mujer. Es la hija del santo. So if you guys want to take a picture, go ahead and line up. If you want a body slapper, good luck.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Una vez un aplauso más para el Club de la Raza from Lynwood High School. Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to have you all here. Thank you for coming, for making time for this event. You know, 5 de Mayo, celebrating Comic-Con Day. Once again, don't forget, we're giving away some comic books. There's a line already going. I don't know. You know, we're gonna start here. Anyone who is interested in comics or not, or maybe you wanna start an interest in comic books, feel free to come and collect a magazine, okay? Well, next we're going to have the artist of the day, the artist of this event. You know, we have a very interesting artwork in the gallery and also out here, and we want to introduce you to the artist. And to start, we're going to start with a very young artist that's displaying artwork inside the gallery, Mr. Wolf. If you would like to come out and maybe say a few words about your art. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause, please. Just tell us a little bit about you and then the way you work, you know, when you start, you know, anything you want to share with us. So, once again, let's give a round of applause to Mr. Wolf.
Thank you, guys. just finished eating my ice cream, so yeah. Yeah, I just like drawing. And then I talked to Roland one day, and he's really nice about everything. So when I talked to him, I showed him my art, and he really liked it. So he said, I asked him about having a booth in a gallery, and he said, yeah, anytime, just ask me. So he did this, and he let me have my own booth. So I just gotta thank Roland for this, and I gotta thank everyone else who's been really supportive for this whole thing. It feels really good to be here. So yeah, there's that.
That's my God, baby!
Thank you guys.
Our youngest artist. Yay, thank you. All right. We also have inside the gallery a couple more artists, and one of them is sort of a regular here, and he stated already that he didn't want to say anything on stage. But his name is Michael. He's back there, you know, and he's done these incredible canvases inside, you know, and he's a great painter. So I know he doesn't want to say anything, but you know, can we just, you know, give him a round of applause for presenting his artwork? Thank you, Michael. Are you sure you don't want to say something? Okay. Bueno, I'm really proud to say that, you know, I actually met her a long time ago, you know, in school. She graduated in 2012 from Lynwood High School. She's a Lynwood alumni, and also was a Lynwood resident. Her name is Stephanie Valle, and we're proud to present her to you, and she's gonna come and say some words about her work and of course the process of this. So let's give her a round of applause, please, Stephanie Valle. I hope you had a chance to see the work inside the gallery.
Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Valle, as he said, but my real name is Stephanie Noriega now, recently married. I'm a 2D artist, illustrator with 2D characters, and sometimes I do monsters, I'm doing tons of different things. I also live broadcast on an app called LiveMe, so that's where my crowd is. What can I say? First I want to say thank you to Mr. Weska for inspiring me to be an artist, as well as my dad, you know, too. They both inspired me to keep going, and that's why I'm here today. So there's some stuff I brought, not a lot, but some little things here and there. I'm selling some stuff for $1, and I'm also doing a poster signing for free, hosting Philo the cat. So I have some t-shirts over there. My dad's wearing one of the t-shirts on, so he's, you know, promoting what Philo the cat is. As far as freelancing goes, I also have a list on there where you can find out more information. So if you want to sign up to see the packages, there will be a discount from the packages as well. So I have that going on too. Thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to be here for the gallery.
All right, last but not least, we have Miss Cynthia Del Cid, right? With her art over there, and it's beautiful drawings and watercolors. Let's give her a round of applause so she can come and share some with us.
Alright, well, hi you guys. This is my first time actually being in public displaying any of my art. Most of the times I haven't been much confident. I mean, that's just myself. People have complimented me, but I don't accept it. I've been drawing since I can remember. I mean, my mom has a picture of me since like when I was 3 years old, walking around with a backpack, a notepad, and a pencil. I mean, she told me I was an artist since birth, but I don't believe that. I still kind of have low expectations of myself, but that's just me. I did graduate from Lynwood High School. I've met various people that have encouraged me in art. My art teacher, of course. Even though I did graduate in 2013, I would still come by once in a while. Sometimes just to get a little bit of extra paint, just for backup. Art is very important to me, and I'm pretty sure to many others. Art is a way in which you can express yourself. You can relay messages out to the world that don't need words to speak, to express themselves, or to really make an impact on this world. A lot of artists have inspired me in art. Primarily Steve Dillon, which unfortunately he has passed away, and that did make a big impact on me. He was one of the main illustrators for The Punisher, for for Hellblazer, which is one of the main comic books that is currently an inspiration to me. I'm going to be going to school, hopefully applying to Otis, and from there either working for Disney or Marvel. But then again, Disney does kind of own Marvel at this point. I don't really have much to say. I mean, if you find something that you love, do it. No matter what people say, there will be people that will be opposing you. But you know what? In the end, they're not going to be paying your bills. They're not going to be supporting you throughout the entire way. Stick to the people that actually support what you love, no matter what. People may turn against you or anything, but if you love it, if you really do have a really big passion for it, just do it. It's what you love, it's not what other people love. That's your life. In the end, express yourself however you want, whether it's art, music, acting, or whatever else you do. Just do it.
Beautiful.
All right, thanks everyone. Once again, thank you to the artists, decided to come and display, all of you are here, supporting the event. Don't forget, once again, we have free comic books. We also are going, are having a raffle. Don't forget to step by, and we have some really cool items. And once again, thank you all for being here. All right, so once again, a round of applause for our artists and the people who are displaying their work. Thank you very much, everyone.
Get up, guys. So I also want to bring up some of our vendors, because they're artists as well. Jewelry, buttons. I want to give them their moment to talk about what they do. So I'll give them a minute to come up here. I know they're a little shy, so you guys can start working your way up. But La Hija del Santo wants to address the crowd here. She has something to say.
Give it up, guys.
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon, everyone. Ahora, ¿por qué estamos aquí el 5 de mayo? El 5 de mayo pasó es tan importante porque fue la batalla del pueblo, donde los soldados mexicanos vencieron con los soldados franceses. In the Battle of Puebla, the Mexican army won over the French army. Eso demuestra cuando el mundo pensó que nos íbamos a dar por vencido, when everyone thought we had given up, we came up and we won that battle. Nosotros somos luchadores. We're luchadores. And more than anything, in the Latino communities, women are seen as submissive, or they're kind of hiding behind the man. But that's not the truth. Nosotras mujeres somos fuertes, somos invencibles, somos luchadores de verdad. Por eso es que estamos aquí diciendo viva la mujer.
¡Viva la mujer!
And with that, let's bring up our two vendor artists here. They were very kind to donate items to be raffled off today. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves and just tell us a little bit about where they're from and what inspires them.
Hello, my name is Louise. I own Dreadfully Cute Designs. I create jewelry, hair clips, keychains, pretty much anything that I can get my hands on. My husband and I are huge Halloween fans, so I am mostly spooky, but I do geeky and I do fairy tale stuff as well. I got started maybe about a year or two ago, and I'm starting to do more and more events, and I appreciate that you guys are having me here today. It's very cool to get more exposure and to network with other artists as well. I love what I do. In my day job, I'm a pediatric nurse, so it's quite different from what I do over there. So this is like an escape and therapeutic for me. And like any artist, you know, you love what you do and screw the rest and, you know, do what you want and be happy doing it. So thank you again for having me here, and good luck with the raffles. I am raffling off a 3-pack of superhero keychains. So if you want a shot at getting something really cool, go get some more raffle tickets, and please visit my booth and all the other booths as well, because there's some really cool artists here today. Thank you.
Give it up, guys. You can find her on Instagram, Facebook, mostly Instagram. Facebook's for old people like me, so. And our next artist. So if you guys want to join the raffle, please, they're $1. I'll go over to the table with Ruby. Ruby, can you wave at everyone? And our next artist, this is her beautiful donation. Would you like to come on up? You can win this for $1, guys, for $1. Here, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, my name's Brittany, aka Little Paper Cuties. I'm 28. I went to school for animation. I currently work for a show called Robot Chicken. It's a stop motion animation show. Currently on hiatus though, so I do my own art in my spare time. I actually didn't grow up wanting to be an artist and per se. My mom kind of forced me into it. But I discovered my passion when I was 16 years old, and I've just been doing it ever since. So if you find your passion early in life and that's what you want to do, you keep going for it no matter how young you are. And you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, Little Paper Cuties. Thank you.
Thank you. Give it up for her. So stop by the booth, guys. All the money, 100% of the money goes to support the gallery, to continue doing events like this. This is all volunteer work for us. You know, when I first started, I was told that there was no artists in Lynwood. Art was not alive in Lynwood. So it's an honor to see all you guys here supporting all these great artists. So thank you. Stick around. We still got free comics back here, guys. Free comics. All you kids just walking up. I see you right here to my left. We got free comics, guys. Free comics. Free comics. Cómicos gratis. I see all the kids coming from church over there. Hey, we got free comics. In the back, yesterday they were here supporting us, selling some great corn. Today they're here doing slushies and mangoneadas. She doesn't want to come up here, she's being a little shy. So she could describe her products better, so she's walking up here. But we have the kettle corn guy here. Get up for the kettle corn guy.
Hey guys, just want to say thank you to Roland and Lynwood Union Gallery for having us out at their special events. We're very honored to be here and support the cause. I just want to let you guys know, remind everybody that basically a percentage of our proceeds goes back to Lynwood Union Gallery. Roland doesn't ask for anything from us, but we would like to donate to the cause here anyway. So we appreciate you, Roland, for having us, and you know, continue to support local art, local music, and local artisans. So give it up for everybody here. Thank you again.
Give it up, guys, for the kettle corn guy. He was here last night as well when we did our May the 4th Be With You event. And here we are, the slushy lady.
Hi, everybody. From Yes Diamond Slushies, we do bookings for parties. We have our unique corns. It's regular cotija cheese. We just dye it. We do any type of corns to match your theme. And we're right over here on that side. We have slushies, we put candies on top, and as well as the kettle corn, we're also going to be giving a donation to Roland since he does not ask for anything. But since we are Lynwood residents, we would like to also help out, you know. So we're right here till 2 to 3. So we'll be right here whenever you guys need one. Thank you.
Thank you. Give it up, guys. And also, I almost forgot, my good friend, since we were kids, Hector's here. He has, I read some of the things he printed out. I can't read them on stage, some of them, but they're basically, he's a substitute teacher here in Lynwood, and he made a little booklet on things he's heard the kids say to each other. Would you like to come up and say something? You gotta see him yourself. I can't read him. He's giving them out. He's just asking for donations if you got one. But if you want to stop by and read it, it's kind of interesting and funny and vulgar. But Hector, you don't wanna say anything? He's also with Lynwood Films. Like I said earlier, he helps us do a lot of our videos. I think all of our videos actually. So here's Hector. Give it up for Hector, guys.
Hi guys. I was substituting. I think I'm done now. But I did it for 7 years, and I there's just a lot of good things that high school kids say and kindergartners say. There's a lot of great things that you overhear if you pay attention. So I kind of put a lot of those things together and just wanted to make sure they don't get forgotten, they don't go unnoticed, that they get caught and they get sort of highlighted and shown to the world. So come by, it's free, you don't need to donate, I just wanted to make sure that they get out and read and seen by the world. So come by, pick up your free copy, absolutely free. That's it. Thanks guys.
You can follow Hector and see his work on YouTube, Lynwood Films. There's this great video they did for us last year for the LA riots. I think we've all heard of the LA riots in 1992. They affected more communities than just LA, and he made sure that we don't forget that time. So make sure you check it out. And you have a website? Lynwoodfilms.com. Check them out, guys. Up and coming. Robot Chicken in the house back there. The day that Mr. Berthenol came was it was really nice because we were able to surprise 10 students from Mr. Vega's art class in Lynwood High. They had no idea he was coming, and we were able to set it up where they were inside the gallery, and Mr. Berthenol just showed up.
My name is Genesis Rodriguez.
And how do you spell that?
Genesis Rodriguez, Rodriguez.
And tell me about today's event.
Today's event was really cool. It's kind of showcasing Cinco de Mayo. We had a lot of nice Mexican-related talent and also a mix of Comic-Con, which is why you see me here dressed as a luchadora, trying to celebrate Comic-Con and the day of our win in Batalla de Puebla.
Cool. And tell me about the outfit.
About the outfit?
Yeah.
So my inspiration was El Hijo del Santos is very, very popular in Mexico. He's one of the greatest winners in Mexico. So he has like a silver suit. So I just kind of wanted to bring like a more feminine, touch to it. So I'm La Hija del Santos, and I got my little silver mask with shimmery cape, my little silver blouse, and then I have a little like Mexican belt kind of, with obviously my silver pants, trying to be like El Hijo del Santo, but I'm better because I'm a woman.
And for those that didn't know who he was, tell us.
He is just a very great luchador. He's one of the best in Mexico, so he's one of the most popular. So everyone in Mexico knows who El Hijo del Santos is. Yeah.
And so I know that like lucha libre, like wrestling is like a lot bigger, like more pop culture, especially over there in Mexico. Tell us about like how like it branched out even to like movies and stuff.
Yeah, well, we have a very popular movie called Nacho Libre, who kind of embodied the whole luchador thing, and he kind of brought it to the United States. Obviously, it's a more America's take on it, but it was very, very humorous, and it just kind of brought to the attention our Mexico's wrestlers. And then the movie Coco too. They had a luchador there.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
One of the things also I've tried to incorporate is to like also like have. I know that like a lot of people that were like they like say like it's important to be bilingual and stuff. Tell us about that.
Yeah, bilingual is what gets you around. We have a lot of Spanish-speaking people that feel a bit excluded. They've been living here since forever. They've been living here since the 70s, since the 80s, like my own parents. And it's kind of hard to get around in a country that even if they become citizens, it's still kind of hard when people refuse to speak the language. So speaking the language, not only it helps you keep in touch with where you came from and who you are, but it also helps you connect to other people, and it helps you learn more about your culture. Like, whether you're Salvadoran, Guatemalan, you're from Latin America, and that's very important. So,
Tell us about the importance of this, the gallery to the community.
it's very important because it showcases art. A lot of times in Hispanic communities, if they want you to go to college, they just want you to major in something that's going to bring money, not waste your time in art. So this gallery is that. It's creating a support for a lot of people that truly love art. But yeah, sorry, I got it.
Cool.
Thank you.
So can you introduce yourself?
My name is Stephanie Noriega. I'm a freelance artist.
Cool. Can you spell your name?
Stephanie, and last name is Noriega.
Okay. So tell me about today's event.
Well, today's my first time showcasing at the Lynwood Union Gallery, and I'm here today to promote Philo the cat. So he's basically a 2D character artist that's supposed to go into 3D. So right now I just have like little templates here and there with his 2D work. I got t-shirts. He also has a poster signing as well. And that's pretty much why I'm here today.
So you created the cat?
Yeah, I'm created the cat, and today I'm here to tell his story up on the stage.
Cool. Tell me, what was your earliest memories of like drawing and stuff?
I was about 5 years old when I first created the cat. And then from there I just kind of picked on different areas, from acrylic paintings to sketch work to tattoo work. Now just doing little things here and there in the industry animation. It just keeps going on.
Cool. So during like high school and stuff, did you take classes and stuff?
I actually was from here in Lynwood High School.
Cool. What was your memories like here? Did you already graduate from here already, or?
I graduated here in 2012, going towards the art degree program, and then graduated from the Art Institute, and now I'm just freelancing.
Cool. For those who aren't familiar with what a freelancer is, what is it?
Freelancing is basically like a little work area that you do. So it depends on what you want to do. So like for example, me, I do a lot of multimedia stuff. So I don't just stick to one thing. So I run everything by packages. So today I brought in joining the Philo campaign, and what that is basically like a discount to the package deals. So an example would be illustration. Usually illustrations I do 40 per illustration, and depending on how big the size is going to be, it can be more or it can be less.
You have the cat, but you have the cat available in different formats and stuff.
To be honest, at first I was being put down at the high school that art wasn't going to be like a right career for me. So I had this person, one of the people that work here, Mr. Wesker, he's the one that told me that there was something out in the art field. And then from there, he just kind of motivated me to do my career aside. And then I worked with professors that came straight off of the industry. I'm talking about professors that came from Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks. And then they told us, freelancing, if you want to do freelancing, that's your own thing. You want to go into the industry, that's your own thing too.
Cool. I noticed you mentioned tattoo too. Tell us about that.
So I originally started with tattoo work because my dad is a tattoo artist. So everything just kind of wraps around me where I stand by with the art, because in high school I was more of a music performer rather than doing artwork. But after a certain amount of time, it seemed like my passion just kind of leaned towards the arts after that.
Tell us about your time in music.
Time in music. I was performing for 4 years, and then I kind of stopped more or less after joining college. And I did host a club at college, so I did teach guitar. I taught voice development, guitar playing, and I try to integrate my artwork with music. So that's where it stands out now.
Nice. Were you self-taught with the instruments, or how did it go?
Yeah, I was self-taught and learned by ear.
Oh. How hard is it though to pick up on notes and stuff like that?
if you keep going, it gets easier. The moment that you stop and you don't practice at least 10 minutes a day, you lose the practice. So like for example, right now I have about, I want to say 7 months, close to a year that I haven't touched the guitar. So what happens is that you lose the strength on the guitar, or like you lose the practice. So it's like almost starting over from the beginning.
So a lot goes into like, I guess, instruments and stuff, and I think there's like, I guess, I don't know music, I don't know the terminology, but I know that they like say that each string of the guitar is like represents like something, or they say letters, or how does it work again?
So the way it works is every note starts from the bottom to the top, and what that means is basically from the lowest note to the highest note. So in reality, you're looking at it backwards, because a lot of people try to read the highest note being the lowest, and then the lowest note being the highest, and then the lowest note being the highest.
Who were your inspirations for like performing and stuff?
Performing, my dad and his friends, because he was part of the band, so I used to see that a lot, and I used to go with him to like little events like this. And then from there, as far as the artwork goes, is again him, and then Mr. Huesca, and then some other professors from college.
Ooh. So tell us more about your dad.
My dad. So my dad, he's been a tattoo artist all his life. So he used to do very old technique style tattooing. And I'm talking about like taking a piece of string of a guitar and building his own machine. So I used to try to copy his technique on the artwork. And you might actually see some of them up on the panel board. They're like little dots on it. So he does a lot of styles like that. So that's one of them that was like inspired from him. He doesn't really do much right now, but we're trying to do this whole thing with the Philo Cat thing as a company.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having him try to work with me on some things.
Cool. So I'm barely now like taking a classes like on like media and like the law and stuff like that.
Okay.
I didn't realize there was like so much like technical stuff that goes into like artwork, like so like when you post it online and stuff, it's the idea of saying like, oh, like I own that stuff, like you need like my permission and stuff like that if I put it and all that stuff. Tell us about that.
It's true and not so true. Because I used to work for a vehicle wrap company, so he did everything on his own. It was his own shop. His prints was his own. He didn't learn anything on the technical stuff. If anything, I was the one who was teaching him the program softwares, and it was me the one telling him he should get them copyrighted. He doesn't want other people to get them copied. So once you do your own research, you learn basically a lot from it, because you could get hurt. It already happened to me before on one specific artwork that was really attached to, and now I have no rights for it.
So how does copyright work?
You can go to like a office online. Like I went through the U.S. government office online, and I put that I wanted to register the artwork. And it depends on the questions that it asks you. Depending on what you answer, you can get the full copy.
Does that also apply to like website names?
That also applies to website names. It applies to photography, any kind of like video editing, music, artwork. If you have like an idea of a creation that you created as well, and like you're the only one in the world that made it, then definitely.
How long does it take to like get reviewed and like approved for that?
It took me to get Philo approved about 6 to 8 months.
Oh wow.
But what I got was a temporary registration number through the internet, and then from there they send you the certification. So the certification takes longer.
Is it expensive though, like to like apply to like for like rights to something?
Yeah, it depends. for example, like with him, he cost me about 60 because I wanted the full rights of him to be able to do like 3D work, to be able to do jewelry, t-shirts, just different types of things. And so that's why he cost me more. But if I didn't want that extension to him, he would have cost me at least like 30 just for the registration.
So like once you do like get approved and stuff, how long is ownership?
It's as long as you want to. So if you end up, if like say if from here to this point I end up changing his design for whatever reason, and I like that one better over the other one, I have to pass down the old one to somebody else in order to update.
Oh.
So it's just it's a give and take. You know, once you get rid of them, you can't go back.
So like, what was your earliest memories like growing up with your dad? When did you know that like he tattoos and stuff?
I was about the same age, about 4 or 5, and he started off with tattooing like some of his friends or like coworkers and stuff like that. And some of our family has his tattoos as well. He used to tattoo himself, so I used to watch him doing that. I plan on getting one, but not anytime soon.
So you're still debating on it, or?
Yeah, I'm still kind of debating on it, but it's a concept that I have of growing up as an artist and musician.
So, what advice do you have for people that they have like naysayers as well in their life, that they're like wanting to pursue something, but they have like people in their life that are like, oh, that's not gonna get you anywhere and stuff like that?
If it's something that you want to do, definitely go for it. There are opportunities out there, it's just you have to reach for them. And the reason why I say that is because freelancing is not by a word and telling your friends and stuff like that. There is physical work with it as well. So it's either going to a different studio, trying to turn in a portfolio piece to showcase the work that you do, or simply going online, doing an online gallery kind of thing and getting yourself connected to different websites.
How can people find your work online and contact you?
They can go through Instagram, they can go to Facebook, I have Snapchat, I got a personal website as well. Everything is just under the Stiffy Tunes.
So, how do you spell that?
So it's STEPHYTOONS. So as long as you put that on Google, it just connects you to everything.
Does your dad have a site too or something, or?
I actually help him like host it, so it's connected through the website. So when you go under the members page, he'll show up as creating splinters. So, and then you'll see right there it says tattoo artist.
Ooh, cool. So when you were experimenting with like tattooing and stuff, did you get to tattoo people and stuff, or?
Only my dad.
Oh, okay.
He has one on his arm. I was afraid of the needles, so that's why I didn't stick to doing tattoo design, but I do the sketch work. So I come up with the concept or the ideas, and then he's the one. If he wants to elaborate it more, like, you know, he'll put more. If not, he'll leave it alone. If they like it, he's the one that does the tattoo.
So what did you put on them?
It's a Scorpio sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I worked on the stone of the M for Scorpio, and a little bit on the flames.
Cool, cool. Tell us about like the importance of mentors and stuff.
It's very important. At least to have one or two. You get people that they try to belittle you, because I did. I had one specific professor that only was strictly 3D. So since I wasn't comfortable with 3D, I didn't want to pursue that, but he did see like some sort of potential in it. But that's not where my work ethics is. So me and him, we used to bump heads a lot. Because of that. So it did become a problem, and I felt, again, like I said, like, there's people that try to belittle you. And then I had one particular professor that he would say, if you want to do 2D, stick with it. You just keep going. Don't care about anybody else, what they say. Just keep following your dreams.
Tell us, a lot of people always say, that it's important to know like multiple languages and stuff. Tell us about the benefits.
The benefits. So I'm bilingual. I speak both Spanish and English. And you do get certain people that they like the work, and if you can't communicate with them, it's really, really hard. And I know that from experience from working with the vehicle wrap place, because he didn't know nothing of Spanish. And he would get people wanting vehicle wraps for trucks, but they only spoke Spanish. So he couldn't translate it, and I was there to help him translate, to answer phone calls. And with somebody like him, a lot of the times he had to drop the art contract just because he couldn't communicate. So he loses money, in other words, because of that.
Tell us about like how do you get your start? Like how do you get your name out there?
It started with friends, and then it started with family as well. And then from there, it's really just getting out of your comfort zone. Because like, for example, like me in high school, I was very shy. So when I started doing performances, it kind of helped a little bit, but I wasn't the type of person to expose the artwork or to showcase anything. And then little by little, it's like you kind of get into it. So once you start, it's like, that's your main thing. Because this would be my official second gallery. My first one was a portfolio show that was required by the school.
Cool. So what would you say to like people that like, I guess they feel like insecure, they're like, or like they're like not sure about the economy and stuff, that they're like, oh, like you gotta go all the way to like your master's degree and all that stuff. Like I don't know how to describe the question, like that it is possible to like make a living and stuff, or like I don't know, I feel like, is there pressure or something like that, or?
There's definitely a lot of peer pressure. One of the things that my dad says is like, there is no little job for like artwork, especially because everything has a plan and design. So if you really think about it, it can be as small as planting a plant on the ground, but it's got to be designed a certain way so that it fits with the structures. So right there, you're talking about interior design. You're talking about artists that physically does the columns from here. They plan it out on a sheet. Then they give it to somebody else that actually builds it. So one thing that I can say would be definitely try it to see if you like it. You can't really go wrong with it. And if it's definitely your passion, just keep going.
What was your earliest memory? Like, I know you mentioned that you were shy and stuff. Like, who motivated you to like publicly display your work?
It started with the art teacher, Mr. Weska. And then my dad used to tell me all the time that I had the potential to do the stuff I wanted to do. He knew that I was like good and I could get better, and so he would try to like tell me little positive feedback like that. But since he was more out there in the industry than me, I was barely like taking baby steps. So then from there, when I met Mr. Weska, he's the one that set the word out for Cinco de Mayo at the same time too in the high school, and that was my first time at performing.
Cool. Do you have a message for Mr. Weska when he gets a chance to like see the video?
I thought he was a great teacher. He's a great mentor. He definitely did inspire me a lot to do what I do now. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't gotten into the art school. Same thing goes with my dad. wasn't for him either, I wouldn't be able to graduate from the art school. And just for Mr. Westcott being involved in all this and like being able to do what I wanted to do with Filo the Cat, that definitely means a lot to me.
Cool. Was your mom also, is she also in the arts and stuff?
She's not too much in the arts, like necessarily in the art part of it, but she was definitely involved with like my writings or sometimes like my music. You know, she was there to support me and stuff like that, even though she didn't know too much of it. She would try to be very creative and make me laugh about it. So if anything went wrong, like she would just tell me keep going. There was definitely that support.
Do you see yourself going into like animation and stuff, like making cartoons, or what's next for you?
That is actually the plan. So Filo the Cat right now has a YouTube that is not yet, it hasn't been yet released, but he's got a storybook on its way to basically be printed, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today.
Cool. So, oh, hold on, the sound. Okay, so like you're gonna have like already like a full like animated, like you already got like people like making the voices and stuff, or?
Right now I'm barely looking into a group right now because my husband does rigging, so he does the technical, the mechanics to make the character move. So I would be the one providing the 2D work, and then I would have to hire someone to do like 3D. So basically that's where we're at right now. And right now all my connections are between like classmates that I graduated with who are either pursuing that now or they're trying to get there.
Cool. I know that sometimes people also put emphasis on like internships and stuff. Like what do you think about all that?
About internships? I did mine with logo design. It wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do, but it does give you kind of a clear idea on how some of these people work in studios. So especially if it's like a product line, you definitely can feel the pressure because everything's done with deadlines. So it's like you kind of have to think of it as a real job, even though you might not be being paid for it. I had two, so I had that one for logo design, and that's what got me in with the freelancing with vehicle wrapping. And then he treated it as an internship, but paid for it.
Cool. Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna ask, because I know that, if we have like not parents, but like family members or friends, that like they like discourage of saying like why do you do like certain stuff for like free? Like why are internships like non-paid? Why is it worth it?
Yeah, no, it just depends on the studio. So sometimes if they see a lot of potential in you, they will they'll probably ask you if you want, to have the internship paid for. So it's different. Every studio is different.
Because I know that I guess for certain internships, like some people feel discouraged. Maybe that like. I think certain places, they demand that you're like in a college class that ties to it.
Right. So in that case, even if you still have to do the internship there, whether if it's for your graduating point or not your graduating point, it still reflects on your resume. And the reason why I say this is because you are allowed to put that internship there onto the resume. And then when you're presenting the hours to the studio, they like to see that as well. So they know that you have had some kind of practice or some kind of communication base off of a studio or someone that works in the industry.
Cool. One of the things I try to also squeeze in is we'd like to also like kind of like explain what you just said and stuff, and like in Spanish, because I know that there's like some Spanish viewers.
Oh, that's gonna be kind of hard. Like, what exactly do you want?
Like, who you are, what you're doing here, how they can see your stuff, all that stuff. The cat, everything almost.
Everything almost? Okay. So, mi nombre es Stephanie Noriega. Yo soy un artista de diferentes cosas. Hago cosas así como dibujos, pinturas, dibujos digitales más que todo. Tengo una caricatura que se llama Filo. Es un gato que ahorita está como en el sistema de animación, con otras cosas también, con logos, cosas así. Y me pueden mirar así como en el Instagram, en el Facebook, con el nombre Steffi Toons. Y ya es más que todo.
Mr. Huesca.
La que me dio la inspiración para seguir lo que yo quería hacer de carrera fue Mr. Huesca. Yo estaba en unas clases de arte con él en la high school de Lynwood. Y entonces de ahí nomás fui a un colegio de arte, me gradué de ahí. También él vino para como una celebración que nosotros hicimos, y luego ahora estamos aquí en la galería.
Your parents?
También mis inspiraciones son de mis padres. Con mi papá, él hace tatuajes, él también dibuja. Ahorita estamos tratando de hacer como una compañía digital donde él también puede hacer trabajos aparte. Ahorita estamos juntos en eso.
Bilingual and mentors.
Okay. Yo también he trabajado con gente del colegio que vienen de Disney, que vienen de animación así como de DreamWorks, de Pixar, de Cartoon Network. Son gente que a veces te dicen cosas positivas, hay algunos que sí te tratan de bajar así de expresión, pero es nomás de seguir adelante.
Naysayers?
What?
Like naysayers too and stuff like that. Like dealing with like how do I say? Like being positive about stuff, like regardless of like others like discouraged in the past or whatever.
Sí, hay gente que tratan de sentirse uno mal. Es nomás esa cuestión que uno tiene que salir adelante y seguirle nomás luchando, poniéndote en un pie y diciéndote que eso es lo que quieres hacer.
Cool. Message to the viewers and Mr. Huesca?
Lo que quiero decir con Mr. Huesca es que muchas gracias por todo, más que todo. Si no fuera por él, no fuera yo en la escuela de arte, tampoco no hubiera haciendo ahorita los trabajos de casa, como dicen, porque estoy así como en pijama, así dice mi papá.
Closing statement?
I don't think I have one, but...
Okay, cool. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Bruno Casas. I'm 13 years old and I go to Hofstra Middle School.
Ooh, spell your name? Burbrucasas. Awesome. So how old did you say you were again?
I'm 13 years old.
And what grade?
7.
Awesome, man. That was amazing. You know, some of the artwork you have there. Tell me your earliest memories of drawing and stuff.
I've just drawn since I was like 2. You know, little pieces of paper here, stuff like that. Ninja Turtles, just stuff I like. But then one day my dad, he gave me a canvas, so I took advantage of that and I tried to draw on it. It didn't come out too good, but you know, I still like it till this day. Little things like that.
Cool. So like what kind of materials do you use like for creating your work?
I'll use anything. Sometimes I'll even use books at the school. We'll give you little notebooks, little paint markers, certain things like that. It also does help out when my dad's an artist, because you can use some of his stuff. So that helps out too.
Oh, just waiting for the ambulance to leave. Sound. That always happens sometimes when I'm doing interviews here.
What's the bad part about doing it outside, huh?
Well, it's because we're also near the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about when did you discover your dad was an artist? How old were you?
Since I was born, since I could think, ever since I was born, he would just draw and draw and draw. So yeah, and then he never taught me how to draw, which was something that I thought was kind of funny, but I always just wanted to be what he did, just do what he did. So I kind of had to develop my own style, see what he did, see what made his art great, kind of do that. So yeah.
Cool. Oh, does your mom also do art, or?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't do art, but she has way other talents that help her out with everything. She can speak really well, which is something that not many people can do right now. So there's that. She can also write really well too.
So what does your dad do right now?
My dad, he actually works at UPS nights, and he does the art as a side job. But he does art more than anything, so, and it helps out, when he paints everything to help out.
Nice. Can you recall your earliest drawing?
Yeah, my earliest drawing was of a Ninja Turtle I did with Crayola markers, where I thought I was really doing something well, where I would draw the knee pads with the lines and everything. Just little things like that I thought looked really good.
Nice. Were you shy to show your friends at school? Did anybody at school know that you did that?
Well, I would just draw in class, so they would eventually see it. They thought that I was really good, and they just liked my art in general. And sometimes I would draw in class, draw little funny stuff, just little things,
Awesome. So did you get to you know how those 3-ring binders, some of them have a plastic sheet so you could put stuff on? Do you do that, having pieces of your artwork so people can see when they see your binder?
Yeah, I haven't thought of doing printouts yet, because printouts are something that you want to do when your art's really good and refined. I'm still kind of finishing up my art and learning how I want to do, what style I want to do. Printouts is more it's when you understand that people want your art and you want to sell it. So you sell it so that way you can get some money out of people wanting it. Because not everybody can get the original piece,
Tell us about today's event.
Today's event is Comic-Con. Roland actually did this, and he said that he did this for me. He said that he did it because he saw my art and was inspired to do something that fit my style. That really made me feel really good. He even called me and told me that everything was gonna be fine, and I didn't tell him that I was having a major anxiety attack from all this art stuff, but he just called me and said that everything was gonna be great.
Awesome. So is this the first time you're publicly displaying your stuff?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, cool. How did it start that you got reached out to?
Well, I would just talk to Roland because I thought he knew me because my mom knows him. So I talked to him one day and I said, how much would it be to get, how would it be to get a booth in here? And he said, oh, no, free, just ask. Anytime you want, I'll do it. And he said, just show me your art one day and then I'll see what's up. I showed him my art and he seemed like he liked it. And he said that he really did like it. So he said that he's gonna do a convention for me. And then he found out that I was my mom's son, so he liked that even more.
Cool. So your mom was at events and stuff in the city?
Yeah, she's always at Lynwood events. She loves Lynwood regardless, She loves everything about it. She thinks that she lived in this community her whole life, she should give something back to it.
Cool. Are both your parents from Lynwood?
Yeah, they are. They both grew up in Lynwood. It's really nice to see them happy to see me grow up in it.
So I noticed you have a lot of superheroes and stuff like that. Your drawings. Tell us about the drawings you have here.
Well, first of all, I wanted to do something for Comic-Con, so that way I didn't force my own stuff on there, and I just thought it would be rude to like if like it was for Comic-Con and then I did all like this other stuff. And also because I just really like superheroes. I also just like comics. I like just vegging out, watching little superhero movies, you know? Excited for the new Venom movie, all that, you know?
I really like the old school like popsicle ones. Tell us about them.
Oh yeah, everyone in Lynwood knows about those. Even on that ice cream truck, you can see them there. Everyone has had one or two, and they're just a happy thing in my memory, you know, that like, it's just one of those things that like, in my memory, it's art. So I wanted to do something that people would like, you know, they could look at it and it reminds them of something when they were younger.
Oh yeah, I remember those, and I remember the wrestler one.
Yeah, the WWF ones.
Yeah.
The cookie ones. Yeah. Cause you know, just little things, just the little things that make people the happiest over here in Lynwood. Like how sometimes it would be funny when the Ninja Turtles' eyes were really messed up on the ice cream. Just little stuff like that, you know.
So, are you also a gamer?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I am. Just like old games, you know, old stuff like that.
So you got to check out Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I love the Super Nintendo.
What are some of your favorites?
Games?
Yeah.
Oh, the Donkey Kong Country. That one, the original. F-Zero. F-Zero's awesome. Turtles in Time. That one's really good. The first and second Punch-Out. The first and second Punch-Out were great. The Zelda franchise, I love all the Zelda. So that's pretty cool, yeah.
Nice. Oh, did you get to grow up with like wrestling and stuff too?
Did I get to grow up with what?
Wrestling.
Wrestling? No, not really. I just thought it was like, you know, not really my thing.
Cool. How about The Simpsons and stuff like that?
Oh, of course. I love The Simpsons. The Simpsons were great. I relate to Bart more than anything in the world. We also have the same birthday, so that's pretty cool. Me and Bart Simpson.
Cool. So, tell me, so like, when they reached out to you about today's event, did you get to tell your friends?
I didn't. Not until recently. So, you know, I didn't want to like gloat, you know. I wanted to tell them, but I was gonna tell them. I did, but you know, I just didn't want to be like, hey guys, I got this booth in an art exhibit, you know. Some people don't even get to have that, you know. It's really good that I got this little stepping stone to push myself off. Roland's really great. It's great that he started this.
Now, do you have your work also like online?
Yeah, I have an Instagram where I put most of my artwork. I even have earlier drafts of the Ninja Turtle ice cream one. So I have that. Even have the Simpsons, stuff like that.
Ooh, where can they find that?
On my Instagram page, it's Bruno is a wolf. Just Bruno and then is a wolf. No underscores, nothing like that. So there's that.
Cool. Do you so what's next for you? So okay, right now you're in middle school. Obviously you're gonna take like more art class stuff also, like in high school and stuff? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, because right now in these schools, in elementary and grade school, there's not a lot of art classes. So if you're an artist, you kind of have to teach yourself when you're young. And a lot of people, another thing is that a lot of people, they go off the foundation of art class. Their art is a lot of something that you see that happens in art class. Like, use a lot of shadows and stuff like that. I just want to do like fun stuff that you see in like Nickelodeon and stuff like that, you know? Stuff that makes me happy. And I want to make it look good so that way people like it too.
Where do you see yourself after high school?
Ooh, I want to go to college, I really do. I want to try to, you know, go for the top. I want to try to go to college.
Do you imagine it's going to be like an art degree also, or?
Probably. I don't know. You know, life will, only life can know. Only God knows. So where I'm going to go. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you get your friends asking you to draw a particular thing also?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, some of them will ask, like, draw a wolf, draw something like that. Like, you know, just little stuff like that. Sometimes I'll even draw silly stuff to mess with them.
You know, I find it interesting. I remember interviewing an artist in the past that was also, you know, still in, you know, public school. And it's amazing how even like the detail that goes into like an eye is like, you know, very detailistic and stuff. Like the time that goes into it. Tell us about like how long it normally takes to like draw like a piece and stuff.
Sometimes if I'm having a good day, it takes it really depends, because if I'm drawing like a little sketch or something like that, it's gonna take me no more than 2 minutes. If I'm drawing something like what you see inside, it takes 30 minutes to an hour. But the big ones, those are like 2 hours. The hardest part of art, for me at least, it's not the actually doing it, because doing it, you know, it's fun. The thought process is what's hardest for me. The thinking of what to do, you know, making sure that no one has done it before.
What's the biggest one you've drawn?
I don't think it's here, but I drew a really big skeleton, because I watched Kubo and the Two Strings and I really liked that, and my dad had an old canvas that was really long, so I drew a big skeleton, you know, with strings attached. I actually don't know where it is, because we moved not too long ago, and I was like, I just couldn't find it, so there's that.
So like you mentioned skeletons, I was wondering, like for Halloween and stuff, do you like do like face painting and stuff like that?
I do actually. Last year I did my own face paint. I did my own makeup, because I wanted to be a zombie one year when I was 8, and my mom took me to this lady where she does it, and I saw that she just put Elmer's glue and some tissue and started writing on it with her makeup. I said, that doesn't seem too hard, so I did it, but with Freddy Krueger and the burns and everything, and everybody said it looked really good. So yeah, maybe doing that, I don't know.
Cool. So do you imagine like what was I gonna say? Like having like a website and stuff, and
probably not. I don't know, cause like websites are mainly for selling your stuff. I don't want people to feel pressure, like if they sort of like something, that they have to buy it off my website that I have. It's like a lot of people make websites, and that's really cool. That's really cool. You know, do a website if you want to sell your stuff. But I just want people to look and like my art, and maybe I'll get some money out of it.
Cool.
That's how I look at it.
Have you ever like dabbled with like YouTubing?
No, I don't. There's a lot of things that could go wrong on YouTube. And I'm okay with cyberbullying. Like literally, just look away from the screen, close your eyes. Cyberbullying's not like something that I feel shouldn't be real. So I just don't want to like do that. I feel like my humor and certain stuff that I say isn't good enough for YouTube. Because once something's on the internet, it's on the internet forever. I barely got an Instagram, so that's about I'm gonna do. That's pretty much it.
Now I know that there could be like people that like they're like negative. Maybe there's like negative friends, or maybe a negative family member who is like could be like discouraging or pessimistic, and they'll be like, oh, like why are you doing this or whatever, like why aren't you doing that, or like what advice do you have for like people that like they really like to do a particular thing, like maybe drawing and stuff, but like they have like negative people that like say comments and stuff?
Well, you can't. Alright, if you're gonna get sad over something that someone says, then it shouldn't be that way. Nothing should be that way at all. You shouldn't think about it too hard, because if you think about it too hard, then you're kind of the one that's like messing things up for yourself. Because if someone says something about your art, or like even music or anything you like, just anything you like, and they say something wrong about it, then you're not feeling too strong about it. If you can't just defend what you have, then that means that you don't really like it. And some people, I know they can't really truly defend themselves sometimes, but you know, so like if there's anyone that just doesn't want you to do it, then just tell them like you can literally do anything, and that's not like just a saying. So no one can really tell you what to do. No one can tell you what to do. So, yeah, that's about it.
Did you get to check out any of the booths right now?
A little bit. There's only one booth, and some of the artists that don't get to come, don't have time to come here, they put their art on top, and that's some of it's really cool. Like I saw a wolf one, that's pretty nice. And then I saw another booth on the long table on the side with the cats. That was pretty cool.
Cool. Did you get to see Avengers?
Infinity War?
Yeah.
Yeah, I cried.
Really?
Hard. Yeah.
I heard that I don't know, a bunch of characters are gone?
Yeah, they're gone. I don't want to I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it hurts. It's hard to watch, you know?
Is there an end credit scene?
Yeah, there is.
So there's a new bad guy?
No.
What?
Still Thanos.
Oh, no!
I don't want to give away any spoilers, so, you know, it's an experience. That's the only thing. That movie's an experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm trying to think, was there any other Marvel one coming out soon? Venom! You drew Venom! Tell us about Venom!
I always liked Venom. I always liked how weird and gross he was. How everything he did was just black and goopy and like unreal, something that you're not supposed to do. And I also like doing that melty art style. I thought it would fit him since he's like really gross and like wavy and stuff like that. Plus the movie's coming out, I saw that. I also wanted to put those teeth in there.
How about, I like how detailistic, I know you mentioned, you were going for the melting theme, and I remember one of the ice creams has like one of the gumball coming out. Tell us about that.
Drawing stuff that's melty is fun because a lot of the time you can't go wrong with it. It feels good to draw it. It looks good too. So I just like doing melty stuff. I like Goosebumps and stuff like that. I like that art style of something that's gross but you like it. It's cool, you know?
Ooh. So when you mentioned Goosebumps, you mean like the 90s TV show?
The 90s TV show and the books.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
I remember I totally was so lazy and like Little Middle one time. I had a book report. I still didn't have time to read. I tried to do it on the episode and I think they alter certain stuff that's from the book.
Wow.
Oh no. But okay, well, any closing statement?
Yeah, just anyone who watches this, just you be you, you know? Just, you know, you live your life. That's kind of what I live by. You be you, alright? Like, never let anyone say that you can't do it. Because, like, I know everyone says it, like, you can do anything, like, all this, but it's hard to do anything. It's hard to do everything. It's hard to do everything to your ability. But just if you like something, do it. And if you don't like something, don't do it. Don't feel forced to do something. Never feel forced to do anything. And people who live in Lynwood's a great growing place, and people like Roland are making it even better. Innovators are real, and they're everywhere in Lynwood. You know, everywhere here. So just you be you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna ask is the whole. Tell us about the importance of this building and why, like, even like our younger generation, like, should be aware of this particular building.
Yeah, they should be aware because Roland's a really nice person. So anything that you have going, he'll let you do it. He'll pump it up really well. And everyone in Lynwood's are very, very nice. Everyone in Lynwood's very nice. Most people. So they'll pump up your art. And if you say that there are people who are going to judge you for your art or anything like that, they're not. Because I highly doubt that someone's going to spend time and like waste their time to put you down on something. Like, people who put you down are only wasting their time. You know? They're literally only wasting their time. And if you let them, then you're wasting your time. So there's that.
Cool, thanks.